Alright, so I took the one screw out from right there. It just is the one screw, and then I think I can do this one-handed. Just kind of snap, pull from this end here kind of up, and that will snap it. This thing will fall right out the back now, so I don't want it really to... I like to be careful of it so I know which way everything goes back in. This looks like it probably would not go in backwards, so we're probably okay. Alright, so live and learn, but it looks like this end is going to have to go on first, and then I can put on this end. So we're going to just reverse this a little bit real quick. I'm just going to, this takes a little bit of work, but I'm just going to pull this off the end, spread out these little clips here so I can pull it back apart, and then we will assemble this end first, and then that end. And I think that will actually work the way we need it to. I really apologize. I hate these kind of videos. I mean, it's at least you know that you can fix this for free, even though my video is really crappy. Where someone's always trying to do something with one hand the whole time. Like they didn't plan on doing it, just like I didn't plan on doing this. So, I'm just going to pull this. So you can see I pulled off the piece at the other end. And I'm just going to slide this way forward so there's lots of slack. Dump out our, if I can dump this thing out, come on. Oops, got it backwards, there we go, sorry. The two holes go toward the back. Dump that out. And then I'm going to take this and just feed it through. So it comes out the other side. And then we will put this back in here. This will snug it up just in case it causes me any trouble trying to do this. There we go. That end is on. Just pull it back a little bit. And then I'm just going to pinch it right here and hold it while I get it snapped. This part one-handed might be hard. So there are these two posts back here that these things need to snap over. You need to get those up and over that first and then snap it back down this way. So like I said, one-handed, this may be a bit tricky. Let me see if I can get it. Gotta get it to go actually over both of those. So I'm tilted way up still. Well, not too far, I guess. And then just push down on the front end. And it snaps. So it's got some little clips down on this end that it just snaps down into. Okay. So, queso, that's cheese. It's a great joke. Let's just see if I can pull this thing all back together now. Alright, so now we're just going to get this thing to slide into there while this is all there. There we go. There's the back end. There's the other end. Let's see if we can get this end assembled. Well, I'm going to go ahead and put my screw, well, I'll wait on putting the screw in over there to make sure I can get this to work. And I think I'm going to do this over on the counter where it's going to be a little bit more space. Alright, again, this is going to be so much easier if you're not doing it one-handed. I'm just going to pull this out there a little bit. And I'm going to actually take the little assembly out of here. It tends to stay together pretty well with the spring and everything. And I'm first going to put this guy in position. So it slides on there just fine. And then I will go ahead and thread this onto here. Now at this point you want your teeth to be, I think we're going to need to make sure we're kind of even. So you see this thing has teeth on it, and the belt does. There's teeth on that end, there's teeth in the middle, there's this. So you kind of want to make sure that you're pulled pretty evenly here. And you want to get this thing put in with the teeth lined up nicely. for that. Actually, it works out pretty well because it will just sort of self-center. All right, and then you're just going to tilt it this way, and the spring is going to go into this little, whoops, this little notch right here. Let's see if I can show that. Just going to wedge the spring in there and then relax the rest back down in. Look at that. I'm basically there. We almost have a whole assembly here. There's the back again. Remember, this whole thing is upside down right now. So now I can just take this and snap it back on. And now we do have a complete assembly. Except let me put this screw in and then I'll flip it over. Alright, I got the screw back in right there. This whole thing is one big assembly now. So I just want to show you a couple things about installing it and whatnot. Well, first of all, I'm just going to mention, if you don't watch any more of this, that I had looked online, and this little plastic belt, they were going to charge, the reason I got into this thing was going to charge me like $60 or something like that for it, just for this plastic belt. I bet you could find a cheaper belt that's not like from the repair parts store, excuse me. And then you could buy this whole piece here. You could do this whole repair if you want to spend the money and just buy a new one if something's wrong with it. I mean, it really takes like 5 minutes to replace this thing because, I'll flip this thing over, the arm just snaps on right here. So let me grab that piece. Here's my water wall arm. So it's sitting here normally, and you just kind of rock it back and snap it off, and that whole thing, it just comes off really easily. And then the whole assembly is only held in. There are 2 screws that go right in the back right here. I had to use not this big of a screwdriver, but I just used a flathead screwdriver. You push it kind of straight down and then wedge back and pop off their little caps that are covering those screws. But literally, you undo those 2 screws, and then you kind of take the whole thing, you push it back a little bit, and then you can lift up and pull it out. The whole thing comes out. Because this front thing just hooks onto a piece in the front. There's like a little thing that just slides in there and grabs. So you need it's a post sitting right here, so you need to pull the thing forward, and then you can lift it up and out. And you can see that little post right there in the dishwasher. And so this whole thing can basically come in and out by go back there, line those things up, keep it forward a little bit. First you have to push, first you have to put this thing down so you can slide it back there, and then the whole thing's going to go in and just kind of snap down. The whole thing's going to go back there in and just line up and snap down. So we kind of pull it up in the back, and I keep getting bad things. Pull this towards you, and then it comes out. I'll just mention this. So we have super hard water, and I've been planning to get a water softener for years, and I have not done it. And this is the price you pay. And so I told you I cleaned this thing up quite a bit. There was an amazing amount of stuff. You can see how nasty, crusty that is down there. I still need to clean up in here before I finish off this job. But that's pretty much it. Pretty simple. So I'll try and show this again. Maybe it will be helpful if I just back out a little bit so you can see the whole thing. You're going to take this piece up by my hand right here. It needs to go onto that first to kind of get things, hold it up a little bit. My eyesight is horrible, but you're going to stick that back there. Whoops. This front piece you're going to get down on the, so now I can't actually lift up on it. So that's how you know the front piece is in fine, is I've just pulled it all the way up here toward me, and then I slide it onto there, and the whole back, I'll show that again, what just happened, but it was slid toward me, it's kind of sitting here, and I just did that same action where I slide it forward, and it pretty much falls in, and then you just push that thing down, put your 2 screws in, put your screws here and here, and the cap's back on. These are the little caps right here. You just snap in to the holes, and you're done.